Class 10 History Notes. Chapter 2, Nationalism in India. Introduction. Modern nationalism was associated with the formation of nation-states. In India, like many other colonies, the growth of modern nationalism is connected to the anti-colonial movement. The First World War, Khilafat and non-cooperation. The First World War, 1914 to 1918, created a new political and economic situation. India faced various problems during war period. Increase in defense expenditure. Prices increased through the war years. Forced recruitment in rural areas. During 1918 to 19 and 1920 to 21, crops failure in many parts of India. Hardships did not end after the war was over. The idea of Satyagraha. Satyagraha is a novel way of fighting the colonial rule in India. It is a non-aggressive, peaceful mass agitation against oppression and injustice. Satyagraha means insistence on truth. It is a moral force, not passive resistance. In January 1915, Mahatma Gandhi returned to India. Gandhiji organized Satyagraha movements in Champaran, Bihar, 1916, Kada district of Gujarat, 1917, and amongst cotton mill workers in Ahmedabad, 1918. The Rowlatt Act, 1919. This act gave the government enormous powers to repress political activities and allowed detention of political prisoners without trial for 2 years. Jallianwala Bagh Massacre. On 13th April 1919, a huge crowd gathered in the enclosed ground of Jallianwala Bagh. Dyer entered the area, blocked the exit points, and opened fire on the crowd, killing hundreds. As the news spread, strikes, clashes with the police and attacks on government buildings started. The government responded with brutal repression. Gandhi called off the Rowlatt Satyagraha as the violence spread. Khilafat movement. Khilafat movement was led by two brothers Shaukat Ali and Muhammad Ali. Khilafat Committee was formed in Bombay in March 1919 to defend the Khalifa's temporal powers. Gandhiji convinced the Congress to join hands with the Khilafat movement and start a non-cooperation campaign for Swaraj. At the Congress session at Nagpur in December 1920, the non-cooperation program was adopted. Differing strands within the movement. The non-cooperation Khilafat movement began in January 1921. The movement in the towns. It started with middle-class participation in cities. Students, teachers, lawyers gave up studies, jobs, legal practices and joined movements. Council elections were boycotted. Foreign goods were boycotted. Liquor shops were picketed. Movement in the countryside. Peasants and T1BLs took over the struggle which turned violent gradually. Peasant movement in Awadh. The peasants were led by Baba Ramchandra in Awadh against landlords and talukdars. In 1920, the Odd Kisan Sabha was set up headed by Jawaharlal Nehru, Baba Ramchandra and a few others. Movement of T1BLs in Andhra Pradesh. Alluri Sitaram Raju led the guerrilla warfare in the Gudem hills of Andhra Pradesh. The rebels attacked police stations. Raju was captured and executed in 1924. Swaraj in the plantations. For the plantation workers, Swaraj means moving freely. They protested against the Inland Emigration Act, 1859, which prevented them from leaving the plantation without permission. Each group interpreted the term Swaraj in their own ways. Towards civil disobedience. In February 1922, Mahatma Gandhi decided to withdraw the non-cooperation movement. Many leaders such as C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru formed the Swaraj Party within the Congress to argue for a return to council politics. Younger leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhas Chandra Bose pressed for more radical mass agitation and for full independence. Factors that shaped Indian politics towards the late 1920s.